What a nerve-wracking day yesterday was. I can't believe it went down like that.
Perfect. Perfect.
YouTube, what's good, baby? I'm Ian Scott. Thanks for tuning in to the channel, Ian on the Quest, where I promote positive energy, growth, and motivation. So you're here because of the title. You want to know how my day went yesterday when taking the CDL driving exam. And to get straight to the point with you, I want to let you know that, like I said, man, I can't really believe that happened yesterday. I can't believe that I passed on the first freaking time. Yeah, that's right. Your boy got a CDL A in hand right now. I ain't gonna show you the picture because it's got a lot of my personal information on there. And it's not the best looking picture, which none of my pictures are really good looking pictures, but that one is really hideous. You know, I'm afraid to post that one. But yeah, I'm very happy, very excited, you know, to finally have gotten my CDL A, to have accomplished something so big, you know, that was eating away at me for 4 weeks, you know, because I took the 4-week school program and I had no idea that, you know, I would learn or that I would be able to obtain my CDL A in as little as 4 weeks. You know, I thought it would take a little bit more time, even though the course was 4 weeks long. I thought I was going to be one of those guys that needed to pay for extra hours, but thankfully I didn't. And I must say it wasn't very hard. You know, you hear a lot of things about school, the trucking schools, the institutes, you know, that offer the CDL A. You know, I've been hearing some courses don't even guarantee a CDL after you finish the program, but mine did, and I was able to achieve that. And I myself, I have mixed feelings about the school as well, but you know, we'll talk about that in a later video. But right now we're here celebrating the fact that I got my CDL A and I'll be hitting the road soon. And I actually had my orientation on my first job today. So I'll be starting my first job over the road pretty soon. And I can't wait to get all of my travel vlogs. I can't wait to get the first vid out. My first truck I'm going to be in, my first load I'm going to be carrying, the length of the trailer I'm going to be driving, what happened on my pre-trip, all the road stops, the road conditions, just everything. You know, if you want to know everything about the initial stages of trucking, getting into trucking, you stop here, subscribe to this channel, like all of my videos, and share the content, baby, because I got some content on the way for you guys. But yesterday was Monday, and I was nervous up until the exam started. Around when the exam started, you know, things kind of mellowed out. I got a little bit more mellow as I went through the different portions of the exam. But before the exam, I was a nervous wreck. I was so nervous, my chest was hurting. Man, I was so nervous. You know how you get the nervous runs? Well, I got the nervous runs twice yesterday, all before the exam. And when it came down to do the exam, man, oh man, oh man. When it came down to starting the pre-trip, that's the part I just knew I was gonna mess up on. It was either the pre-trip or the straight backing. And I did both flawlessly. I took my time. I made sure, especially on the pre-trip. So the pre-trip started off as normal. You know, you identify your parts on the truck. You identify, you know, any problems that was wrong with the truck, point anything out, you know, all of the hot spots that we look for out here in Arizona, which is what I learned out in the school. But yeah, so I got through the pre-trip and, you know, I'm looking around the truck again. You know, I circle back around the truck just to make sure I got everything done, you know, and it was freaking hot out there yesterday. It was scorching hot. Man, like me and the examiner both were drenched in sweat. Not even midway through. At the beginning of the pre-trip, we were drenched in sweat, man. Me more so probably because I was nervous, him because it was just freaking hot out there. Me, both. But yeah, so we get through the pre-trip and I'm walking back around the truck just to make sure I got everything, you know, and I was shaking. I was so nervous to say, all right, that concludes my pre-trip inspection. Like, once I got done looking around that truck the second time, it was just kind of a blank stare, like, I froze up. Like, I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know what to say. And then somehow the words finally came out. They magically like, man, this concludes my pre-trip inspection. He starts marking on his paper. You pass. All right. Just pull that truck over. Wait for me to give you instructions. Come over, and we're gonna start on your backing. You're gonna do your straight backing, your offset, and your parallel. And so he waved me over, read me off the instructions as he did for the pre-trip. Read you off the instructions. He had me sign the paper at the beginning of the pre-trip inspection for the exam, and then when I got to the straight back maneuvers, he read me off the instructions for each maneuver that I'd be completing yesterday, and I got to it. Got to it once to try. I think I only got out of the truck one time, and that was on the parallel. I did not get out of my truck the whole time for none of the backings except for the parallel. But I just wanted to make sure that I was in the right spot for that parallel, because the parallel can be kind of tricky. And believe it or not, the hardest part for me, the whole class, was straight backing. I could not straight back for a crap. Like, my straight backing was terrible. My straight backing was so terrible that both my offset and parallel were better than my straight back. And you got to think, well, all you doing is backing straight back with a trailer. Nah, that's a lot harder than you think. That's easier said than done, because straight backing for me was one of my hardest maneuvers. But yesterday, I took my time on each maneuver, and I got through all three perfect. Like, it was just flawless. I don't know what happened. Like, after I got done with the pre-trip, I got a little bit more mellowed out. I calmed down a little bit. My heart stopped racing, and I was able to think more clearly and freely. And I was like, all right, just focus, Ian. Focus. Just take your time. You got this. And once you're in once you're in your final position in those backing maneuvers, once you think you complete it, you back up, you set your brakes, and you sound the horn and let the instructor know, hey, I rock this crap. And that's what I did. Set my brakes and I sounded the horn. And when I sounded my horn that third time for that parallel, he said, congratulations, you passed your backing maneuvers. Now let's get ready to hit the road. So hitting the road. Before I hit the road, I just want you to know that in the class of 4 weeks, I'd only driven on the road 3 times prior to yesterday, which made it my 4th time driving yesterday. So 3 times throughout the whole class, I had driven on the road. Yesterday was my 4th time. So I was nervous, but not so nervous. I think I was more so nervous about the gears, but I was okay on the gears yesterday. I was pretty good at the gears, just being that I'd already driven the stick, and it's just a stick a little bit more amped up with the double clutch and then the extra gears and the flipping the switch and whatnot. But I even shifted the gears flawlessly yesterday. I did grind on 1 or 2 gears, but the trucks are so old and worn, some of those gears are going to be hard to go into, so you have to kind of jam it in there. But I passed that test, baby. I did the darn thing on that thing, man. I'm so freaking happy, and I'm just ready to get out on that road. Now he did make one correction to me on my road skills, which was making sure I'm turning my head at the intersections. Make sure I'm turning my head more. So you turn your head before you enter the intersection, during the intersection again, and after the intersection. So I was turning my head before the intersection. I think I turned my head during the intersection, but I guess I didn't turn my head enough. He said, hey, you may be moving your eyes, but I can't really tell. It's hard to see from the side. But yeah, other than that, baby, the test, I felt like, in my opinion, was pretty easy. I think nerves got the best of me. Nerves didn't get the best of me because I didn't fail. I passed. It was a little bit of that test anxiety in the beginning, but that quickly subsided after I was able to get through everything else flawlessly, and hear that, hey, you passed this portion, you passed this portion, you passed this portion. And you guys remember my video about me failing my CDL permit test the first time at the DMV, and that was all nerves and anxiety. I took the test the first time, I failed all 3 tests. After the first test came up that I failed, it was like, all right, I don't even care at this point. I think I was averaging 6 to 7 seconds on each question. It wasn't even really looking at the answers. I was just selecting one and moving on. And that was just due to me failing the first one. And just because, you know, I just felt like I had already felt like, all right, I'm not going to give that much effort. But the very next day, if you remember, I went back and I passed all 3 tests with flying colors. Like, and, you know, nerves can sometimes get the best of us, you know, but you got to fight that thing. You got to fight that feeling of nervousness, you know. Not all the time should you be nervous. Heck, I'm even a little nervous recording this video, and I've been recording videos for you for quite some time. But, you know, it's just, I don't know. You know, we all got things that, you know, make us nervous. But, you know, sometimes that's what we need to fuel us. And I think for certain, yesterday, that's what fueled me to pass my test. So with that said, y'all, boy, I'm happy. Man, I'm happy. You know, and again, man, like I said, I'm just happy right now. I don't even know what to say other than the fact that I'm happy and I'm just ready to get out down the road. And I can't wait to tell y'all who I'll be driving for in the next video. And what I'll be getting into, you know, like I said, I'm gonna document everything, you know. Just come back here and check out the channel. You know, we're gonna tell you everything on this channel, how it's going. And for all of my future drivers, good luck to you. For all of my current drivers, stay safe out there on the road. And all of my old drivers, thank you for what you've done. And I'll see you all on the next video. Peace.